What's up, everybody? Evan here, along with my co-caster Braden,
What's up,
and we
everyone?
are the Yin Yang Tribe. Today, we're going to compare a little bit of some of the things Survivor Australia does differently to how Survivor US does them, and we're going to see if we think any of them should be brought over to our version. So one thing that Survivor Australia does differently is the length of the game. Whereas our version lasts 39 days and has in the range of 16 to 20 contestants, their version lasts 50 days, 55 in their first two seasons, and features 24 contestants.
Wow.
Personally, I actually wouldn't mind them extending the length of our show. This coming season, I heard it's going to be dropped to 26 days.
They shortened it, yeah.
So as a fan of the show, I'm a fan of more Survivor. So this would actually not be a bad idea at all.
I agree.
But
What I heard was that they're shortening it, but they're making it a lot more like action packed. So like in the 39-day format, they have a tribal council every 3 days, and somebody goes home like every 3 days. In the 26 season format, they're doing that someone goes home every 2 days. So
and maybe some double eliminations too.
Right. So, but I heard that they're putting a lot more twists, like a lot more action-packed stuff into the 26 days. The fire token stuff is coming back, so I'm sure that'll play a
I
role.
thought I heard they cutting it.
No, I mean, I heard that they loved it, so they're gonna bring it back. But who knows? Who knows?
All right, but from a player point of view, being on the island for 50 days instead of 55 will weaken you down more. So
What's the cash prize though?
Sorry?
What's the cash prize for the Australian game?
500,000.
So it's way less. It's half less money, and they're out there for longer.
Yeah. That's actually why sometimes I think Big Brother should have the million and Survivor have 500,000 because they're gone 3 months.
Yeah, I just think Survivor's like a more of a rich show, but Survivor's also a lot harder because you're out like in a fucking on an island, right?
That's true.
Yeah, but I do think Big Brother should be more than 500,000. I like the 750,000 this year. I like that. I think that that's something that they should do going forward because they are way longer, right? Yes, they're living in luxury and stuff, but they are way longer.
Not all the time, not their have not.
No, I know, but I'm just saying like it's Big Brother. I think is a lot easier of a game in terms of the like elements and whatnot than Survivor.
All right.
Right. But I do think 500,000 is still less.
All right. Another thing they do differently is every season the Australian Survivor's done is feature a final 2 against a jury of 9 every time. Whereas Survivor US has not had a final 2 since Survivor Cagayan, and the number of jury members varies year to year. Like the last season had 16 jury members. So
but that's because of the
edge of extinction.
Yeah, I found that recently it's been 10.
Yeah, that's the common number the last few years.
They merge at 13 and then they do final 3 with 10 jurors.
But personally, the final 3, I like it, and kind of like the final 2. It's a bit of a mix of the two. Like the final 2, often both are in the running for the money. So, and it's very rare you get one person who performed poorly versus one who performed superbly. Whereas in the final 3, you often get the one player who performed under subpar and the other 2 performed well. There have been exceptions, but that's the way it often tends to be. So yeah. I like both. You agree?
Yeah. I like that.
Another thing is that often the US version has one tribe switch, and a lot of the time they expand the tribes at one point in the game from 2 to 3 tribes.
Yeah.
The Australian version, except for the first season, which had 3 tribes, they always do 2 tribes. And often they have 2 to 3 tribe switches. They never really add a third tribe. And often, rather than just doing it pick a buff like we do, they also do sometimes twists, like a tribe swap vote, where one person goes to the opposite tribe and sometimes takes someone with them, or kidnapping a player from the losing tribe as well. I think their ideas are more creative versus ours, where they're just completely random. But
I've
the thing,
always thought it should be like a team captain type of format.
we
So
have
where,
had that a couple times.
yeah, no, but yeah, but
Like,
if it's a reward challenge at the merge, you would draw for captains and then pick players. But I think that you should do that for tribes. So like you would draw to see who's captains, and they have to make it even, right? So let's say there's 16 people left, and there's 8 guys and 8 girls. Each tribe has to have 4 and 4.
yeah, like that. We did do
Right.
that a few times ago in Tribe Switch, but that was back in Survivor's first decade. Since the
Yeah.
new decade began, it's always been random.
Yeah. I've always thought because Survivor preaches that they always want the game to be controlled by the players, right? So if
Exactly.
that's the case, if you want the game to be controlled by the players, shouldn't the players be able to pick who they want on their tribe? Right?
Exactly.
But I think that what they should do is like so let's say I was a team captain and I chose you for my team. You get to pick the next guy or girl.
Yeah.
Right? So
And
the
remember,
captain doesn't pick everybody. Whoever they pick, that person picks the next person. That person picks the next person.
yeah, they did that before,
Yeah,
but
that's how it should be, I think.
all right. Another thing to do, many of the last few Survivor US seasons have had numerous idols and advantages. In
Mhm.
particular, Heroes, Healers, Hustlers, and Ghost Island. And particular Survivor Game Changers, they had that tribal council where 3 idols and a legacy advantage got played, leaving
Yep.
Sari getting eliminated with no votes and no advantage. Australian Survivors never had that. And often they only have like 1 or 2 idols in the game and very few advantages. In my opinion, I like it when somebody wins without an advantage, like Island of the Idols. Tommy won, no idols, no advantage, no immunity necklace, and he didn't have to do a fire challenge at Final Four.
Yeah. The way
So,
I see it though is that they're two different games. You know what I'm saying? Like in
yes.
like look at the early era of Survivor versus now. When there was
Yeah, you have
no
to win with
idols,
manipulation.
right. But what I'm saying is that the game that we're in now is very much an advantage style type of game. So I can't hold it against a player. Like if somebody, I actually think it's worse if you win without having advantages and idols because that's just the type of. If this was 20 years ago or 20 seasons ago, then of course it makes sense. If the person doesn't have advantages and idols, of course it makes sense for them to win. But the game that is being played now, it's very much an advantage style type of game. So the way I see it, you need to have those advantages to win the game because that's the type of game we're in now. It's a different era of the game. So you have to be able to control this era. And in this era, it's about advantages.
For sure.
Right? That's the way I see it.
But like I said, the Australian Survivor does have some idols and advantages, but doesn't allow the game to be run by idols and advantages.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
just have the balance, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, I have an idea. I'll tell you in another video for future Survivor ideas. Another thing they do is moral dilemmas. The Australian Survivor has had it several times throughout a single season, like where players are offered a choice that either benefits themselves or the tribe. Examples include, like at the Final Four once, 2 players were sent to do a moral dilemma. They were offered 2 BLTs and a pitcher of orange juice. If they both chose split, they would split it with the other 2 not involved. If they both chose steal, the 2 players would get the whole meal. If one did split, the other did steal, the person who stole got everything. So pretty cool idea. It kind of shows the player you are and it kind of exposes you to everyone else. The
Yeah.
US has had this several times, but often it's only on day one.
They
I
do
like
that in Big Brother a lot.
yeah, I know. And Big Brother's had a lot of these kind of things. Survivor never does it.
Yeah, you're right.
I actually thought there should be a full season twist. It would be a pretty cool idea.
They should do a whole season like theme that way. Survivor, moral dilemmas.
Yeah,
Right?
I thought about that before. That's a coming video I have in mind. So be sure to check that out when we do it.
Hell yeah.
All right. Another one we have is non-elimination rounds. In the Australian version, several rounds have been non-elimination rounds. These rounds include 2 eliminated contestants facing off in a one-time redemption island, one person being voted dead man walking. To clarify what that is, the player who got the most votes that round lost their voting power for 2 rounds. The only thing they could do was play idols, advantages, and compete in challenges. And when it came to strategy, a lot of the time they were away from the other players. Interesting idea. They also had Exile Beach, where players were exiled for a little while, or they had a six out of the 9 players were sent there. They narrowed it down to 3 in danger, and those 3 were the only 3 eligible to be voted out that round. They also, as I mentioned before, had kidnapping and the tribe swap vote. The US version has never actually had one of these. And however, they have had twists where players can re-enter the game, such as the Outcasts, Redemption Island, and the Edge of Extinction. But they've been full season twists.
Yeah, I've always wanted to see like sort of like a I don't even know what the word would be, but it would be kind of be like, so like let's say 2 people get voted out, right?
Yes.
And then they would compete in a challenge. The winner moves on, doesn't get back in the game, but the winner would go to like a different camp, different beach. Okay. The next person gets voted out, joins the second person who just lost that challenge, right? Those 2 compete. The winner joins the beach with where the other winner is. They compete. The winner goes to another like camp, moves on again, and then it goes back. So 4th person gets voted out, goes to where the loser is. They compete. Winner moves on, faces whoever's right there in that second bracket. Winner moves on, faces the guy who's been waiting, who's won all the challenges. The winner is back in the game.
Oh, it's kind of like a tournament.
Kind of, yeah. So the winner gets back in the game, loser stays on the beach.
Interesting idea.
You got to cycle through all these people in order to get in.
Okay.
Right. So if you win, you move on. If you lose, you stay where you're at. So you don't have to go all the way back down. But if you lose, you stay where you are.
Okay. That's an interesting idea.
Because think about how much that would change the actual game. You could have 6, 7, 8, 9 different people coming back in all the time. Right?
Yeah, I like that idea. I just wouldn't want it kind of messing the game up that much. Like just maybe for a few rounds.
Yeah.
So I like your idea. I just wouldn't want it messing up the order of elimination too much. But it's not a bad idea.
Yeah. I mean, I say try it, right?
Yeah,
so
I know.
Trying different options. Why not try this
one? I think we're already planning our next video. All right. Well, we hope you enjoyed this video. Feel free to say any opinions you have, like any ideas you think should be brought in, or if you've seen this version of the show, comment anything you want to see carried over to our version of the show.
Also, let us know who's got the better haircut.
Ha! Yeah, I actually got my haircut not long ago. Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Peace out.